3 minutes and 47 seconds. That's how long my heart stopped beating on that operating table. The doctors called it clinical death. But what they don't know, what they couldn't possibly understand, is that those 3 minutes and 47 seconds changed everything I thought I knew about life, death, and the profound connection we call twin flame. I remember the exact moment my soul left my body. The pain from the car crash vanished, replaced by an overwhelming sense of peace as I floated above the chaos of the emergency room. But this isn't just another near-death story. What I experienced in that realm of violet and golden light wasn't just about me. It was a divine revelation about an imminent test that every twin flame connection will face. A test that could determine the fate of humanity itself. The beings I encountered showed me visions so profound, so urgent, that I've spent months trying to find the right words to share them. They revealed why so many of us feel that inexplicable pull towards someone we've never met, why these connections are intensifying now more than ever, and why September 2024 will mark the beginning of something none of us are prepared for. You might be wondering why you should believe me. I get it. I was the biggest skeptic before this happened, but what I'm about to share isn't just my testimony. As you listen to the specific details they showed me about the coming months, about the synchronized events already unfolding across the globe, you'll understand why this message couldn't wait any longer. This isn't just about twin flames anymore. This is about a cosmic awakening that's about to shake the foundations of everything we think we know about love, connection, and our purpose here on Earth. And if you've ever felt that unexplainable soul connection, that burning certainty that someone out there completes you in ways that defy logic, what I'm about to reveal will finally help you understand why. Before I tell you what those beings revealed about our future, you need to understand how I got there. For years, I felt like I was living someone else's life. On the surface, everything looked perfect. Successful career in marketing, beautiful apartment in the city, supportive friends. But every morning, I'd wake up with this ache, this feeling that something fundamental was missing. I tried everything to fill that void. Therapy, meditation, even a 6-month spiritual retreat in Sedona. My friends thought I was having some kind of early midlife crisis. Serena, they'd say, you're just being too picky about finding the right person. But deep down, I knew this wasn't about being lonely. It was about feeling like half of my soul was wandering somewhere else in the world. The dreams started about 3 months before the accident. Vivid, otherworldly dreams where I'd find myself walking through corridors of light. I'd wake up with tears streaming down my face, my heart aching, with a love so profound it felt like it could shatter the universe. I started journaling about these experiences, trying to make sense of them. Now I understand. They were preparing me for what was coming. That night of the accident, I wasn't supposed to be on that road. I was driving home from a last-minute client meeting when the storm hit. The rain was coming down in sheets, and something kept telling me to pull over and wait it out. But I ignored that inner voice, thinking about my warm bed waiting at home. That's when I saw the truck's headlights coming straight at me. The next thing I remember is floating above my own body in the emergency room. But here's what people don't tell you about near-death experiences. Time doesn't exist there. Those 3 minutes and 47 seconds, they felt like an eternity. And in that eternity, I wasn't alone. The beings I encountered, they were pure consciousness, pure light, taking forms my human mind could barely comprehend. They showed me something that looked like a vast cosmic web with threads of energy connecting souls across time and space. And at certain points in this web, pairs of souls glowed brighter than the rest. Twin flames, they explained, are the anchor points holding this entire network together. But what they revealed next sent chills through my entire being. These connections aren't just about finding your perfect match or experiencing profound love. They're about something far more crucial, a role that twin flames must play in the coming months to prevent what they showed me next. A series of events that made my blood run cold. Let me be clear. I'm not talking about some vague doomsday prophecy. What they showed me was specific, detailed, and it's already beginning to unfold. And the most frightening part? The test that's coming isn't just for those who found their twin flame. It's for every single one of us who feels that inexplicable pull toward something greater than ourselves. What I'm about to share isn't easy to put into words. How do you describe colors that don't exist in our world, or explain knowledge that was downloaded directly into your soul? But I have to try, because what these beings revealed about September 2024 is already starting to happen. In that realm of pure consciousness, they showed me what they called the Great Misalignment. Imagine seeing the entire planet's energy field, billions of human souls connected by threads of light, but slowly falling out of sync, like a massive orchestra where every instrument is playing in a slightly different key. This dissonance, they explained, is the root cause of the chaos we're experiencing now, the increasing natural disasters, the social upheaval, the sense that everything is slowly unraveling. But here's where twin flames come in. Each twin flame pair creates a harmonious resonance that can help realign these discordant energies. Think of it like tuning forks. When one starts vibrating, the other naturally matches its frequency. The beings showed me how twin flame connections act as cosmic tuning forks, capable of bringing large portions of humanity back into harmony. The vision shifted, and I saw what looked like a celestial clock. September 17th, 2024. That's when a rare alignment will create what they called a frequency gateway. This gateway will amplify the energy of every twin flame connection on Earth. But here's the critical part. This amplification isn't automatic. It requires conscious participation, a choice, a test. They showed me 3 waves of events that would unfold. The first wave has already begun. Unprecedented weather patterns, technology glitches that seem to defy explanation. Some of you watching might have noticed how your electronic devices act strange during moments of intense emotional connection. That's not a coincidence. It's the beginning of what they called the frequency shift. The second wave will start in March 2025. I saw massive power grid failures across North America, but these weren't just technical problems. They were symptoms of an energetic grid that's struggling to hold the old frequency. Around the same time, a series of tidal anomalies will begin in the Indian Ocean, events that science won't be able to fully explain. But it's the third wave that made me understand why this message was so urgent. Every twin flame pair will face a critical choice. The beings showed me how each connection will be tested in deeply personal ways. Some will feel an overwhelming urge to run from their connection. Others will face circumstances that seem to make union impossible. These challenges aren't random. They're part of a divine plan to strengthen these connections before they're needed most. What they revealed next stopped my heart all over again. These tests aren't just about individual twin flame journeys. They're about preparing humanity for a massive shift in consciousness. Each twin flame pair that successfully navigates their test becomes what they called a harmony anchor, a stable point of resonance that helps others maintain their frequency during the coming changes. I know how this sounds. Before my experience, I would have dismissed it as another doomsday prophecy. But something profound happens when you die, even briefly. The veil between truth and illusion disappears. You see reality as it truly is, not as we've been conditioned to believe it is. And what I saw was both terrifying and beautiful beyond words. The beings didn't just show me what was coming. They showed me why. Every soul on Earth right now chose to be here for this moment. We're not just random people living random lives. We're part of what they called the Great Remembering. And twin flames? We're the keys that unlock this remembering in others. I watched as they revealed scene after scene of how this awakening would unfold. It starts small, moments of inexplicable synchronicity becoming impossible to ignore. You might have already noticed this happening. Maybe you keep seeing specific number sequences, or you think of someone right before they contact you. These aren't coincidences. They're what the beings called frequency markers, signs that you're beginning to vibrate at your true resonance. But here's where it gets intense. They showed me how our modern world has actually been dampening these natural soul connections. All our technology, our artificial environments, our rushed lifestyles, they've been creating a kind of spiritual static that makes it harder to hear our soul's true calling. That's why so many twin flames feel crazy when they first experience their connection. It's like trying to hear a whisper in a room full of screaming television. The vision shifted to what they called the purification phase. Starting in late 2024, this static will begin to break down, but not gradually, in sudden, unexpected ways. I saw massive solar flares disrupting satellite networks, communication systems failing mysteriously. At first, experts will blame it on technical issues or solar activity. But those of us who are awake will recognize it for what it really is. They showed me how each twin flame pair will face unique challenges designed specifically for their soul mission. Some will be forced to confront their deepest fears. Others will have to choose between their connection and everything they thought they wanted in life. These aren't random hardships, they're sacred initiations. Each test is precisely calibrated to strip away the final layers of illusion, keeping us from our true power. But here's what really shook me. They showed me the consequences of twin flames failing these tests. Each pair that gives up, each connection that breaks under pressure, creates what they called a resonance gap. These gaps don't just affect the individuals involved. They create weak points in the entire global energy field. And if too many of these gaps form, well, the scenes they showed me of that possibility still haunt my dreams. I saw crowds of people walking around like zombies, completely disconnected from their souls. Cities descending into chaos as the frequency disruptions intensify. The beings made it clear, this isn't about punishment, it's about choice. Every single one of us, whether we're aware of our twin flame connection or not, will have to choose between living in truth or remaining in illusion. The most crucial revelation came when they showed me what happens when twin flames pass their test. Each unified pair becomes what they called a beacon of remembrance. Their combined frequency creates a field that helps awaken others, making it easier for them to find and maintain their own connections. It's like a spiritual chain reaction that could ultimately shift the entire planet's consciousness. But time isn't on our side. The beings showed me how the window for this transformation is narrow. The alignment in September 2024 isn't just a random date. It's a cosmic opportunity that's been building for centuries. If enough twin flames don't step up to their soul mission, the next opportunity won't come for another 26,000 years. When I finally opened my eyes in that hospital room, the doctors called my recovery a miracle. They couldn't understand how someone who was clinically dead for nearly 4 minutes could come back with no brain damage. But I wasn't the same person who died on that operating table. The truth I'd been shown changed everything. Those first few weeks after my return were overwhelming. Every time I closed my eyes, I could still see those visions, the celestial web of connections, the coming changes, the critical choice each twin flame would face. I spent countless nights writing everything down, trying to make sense of it all. But more than that, I was terrified of the responsibility. How do you tell the world that everything they think they know about love and spiritual connection is just the surface of something far more profound? But here's what finally gave me the courage to share this message. 2 weeks after I left the hospital, I started receiving messages from strangers around the world. People who'd had similar visions, who'd been shown pieces of the same puzzle. Some had seen the September alignment, others had been warned about the coming frequency shift. Each story confirmed what the beings had shown me. This isn't just my truth, it's a collective awakening that's already beginning. I know some of you watching right now can feel it, that inexplicable pull in your soul, that sense that something momentous is approaching. Maybe you've been experiencing intense dreams or feeling emotions that don't seem like your own. Perhaps you've been thinking about someone you've never met, yet somehow know deeply. These aren't random experiences. They're your soul trying to prepare you for what's coming. The beings made it clear. We don't have to wait until September to begin this work. Every time you honor your inner truth, Every moment you choose love over fear, you're strengthening the frequency that will be needed during the great shift. They showed me how each small act of authentic connection creates ripples in the energy field, helping to stabilize the global consciousness grid. But I need to be completely honest with you. This journey isn't going to be easy. The testing has already begun. Some of you will face challenges that seem impossible to overcome. Relationships that no longer serve your highest good will fall away. Circumstances will arise that force you to choose between comfort and truth. Remember, these aren't obstacles. They're opportunities to prove to yourself, to the universe, that you're ready for the next level of consciousness. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, if part of you wants to dismiss this as just another spiritual story, I understand. 3 years ago, I would have done the same. But I'm asking you to do something crucial. Pay attention. Notice the synchronicities in your life. Listen to your dreams. Because when September comes, when these changes begin to accelerate, you'll need to be ready. The beings left me with one final message that I'll never forget. They showed me 2 possible futures. In one, enough twin flames answered the call, faced their tests, and helped anchor the new frequency. The love and unity I saw in that timeline still brings tears to my eyes. In the other, well, let's focus on making sure that timeline never manifests. You're not watching this video by accident. If these words resonate with your soul, if you feel that inexplicable knowing that this message is meant for you, then you're part of this mission. Whether you found your twin flame or not, whether you even believe in twin flames, you have a role to play in what's coming. The choice is yours. The beings showed me that free will is absolute. No one can force this awakening. But they also showed me that deep down in the core of your soul, you already know what you came here to do. The only question is, are you ready to remember?